It's Lydia Destin, your psychic bestie, coming to you live from the heart of Patriot Nation, reading the eyes of Mike Vrabel. Listen, I love this man. I was so hoping these allegations were false, but I'm doing this video to try to show you guys an example of like a good guy that has a lot of good stuff going on and also has a lot of dark, nasty stuff going on. So it's going to be like an example of how people can have two different sides, a shadow and a light side that are pretty different. Okay, you guys, look at this photo. Look at his eyes in this photo. See how they're very different sizes and very different energies, that this eye is big and bold and bright, and the energy is like coming out at us. It's vibrant. But then this eye up there, that energy is like sucked way in. There's nothing coming out of it, and it's like flat. And yes, people's eyes are usually not exactly the same size. I'm talking about the energy. So cover up that left side of the face, look at the right eye, then cover up that eye, and look at the left eye. And you'll see it's very different. And these are the two sides of Mike Vrabel that we're going to talk about. All right, you guys, I split it for you so you can look at both sides of the face differently. We're focusing on his personality eye. Sorry, this is this eye. It's our actual right eye, but in this situation, it's right up there and it's the left side of your screen. Does that make sense? So we're looking at his right eye personality. Look at it. The energy of that eye is coming out very gently. He's coming out like comfortable. He wants you to like him. He wants you to see the version of himself that he's comfortable sharing. And he's sharing that he's a really good guy, that he tries really hard to do the right thing. He tries really hard to make people proud of him, that there is a lot of pain and suffering for him, being stoic and doing what is expected of him. And that means a lot to him to keep up that facade. And again, we all have light and dark, but I'm just showing you that he puts a lot of effort into doing the right thing. And it means the world to him to be perceived as a really great guy. That's why this eye is bigger than the eye I'm going to show you next, because his energy is being projected into this larger than life image of this nice, easy, kind guy that me and all of New England fell in love with. Look at that soul eye, you guys. This is his left eye, but it's the right eye in the photo screen. So look at that. See how the energy is like sucked way back and it's really like pulled in, almost like I'm just like trying to hide it, because he has such deep shame. He has such guilt and shame, and he's ashamed of himself, and he hates this part of himself. He hates that he's a bad person. He's a bad, weak, horrible person. But what's fascinating is that he's split. So like his shadow is so dark, but yet his light side is so light that they're not integrated at all. So they've almost split into two different people. And it's like this guy hates himself. I think that's why he puts so much emphasis into being the great, perfect family guy, the heartwarming, humble, great guy, because this part of him he hates and he dissociates. See how that eye is like numb? That's because it's his shadow. So he doesn't acknowledge this side of himself, so he can't control it. Does that make sense? Like me and eating chocolate. So like he dissociates. He doesn't want to deal with this side of himself. So he ignores it. So then it goes unchecked. That's how he's able to cheat and hurt his family and break every rule that is so important to him. And that makes him a hypocrite, and that makes him hate himself. But if he integrated the light and the dark, and he embraces that he is a jerk and a liar and a cheater and a scumbag, then he can control it. And he can take responsibility for his bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's like he would rather hurt his wife by cheating than get a divorce and be that bad guy that got a divorce and like hurt his kids. You see how he's like, has this like, he's so torn. He's literally torn apart. But now he's going to have to face the music because we all know about his dark side. And I hope he goes to therapy, and I hope he learns to see that he doesn't have to be miserable to project this fake image. He can just be who he is, and people will love him or they won't. But in a way, he's like ending his own personal suffering because he's living in hell every day. So love him or hate him, he has been living in hell every day, leading this double life. He hates everything about himself, and he truly wants to be that great guy. So now he'll have the choice to do that or not. All right, you guys, now that he's back together, I just want you to know that he's not alone. There are so many people probably watching right now that are suffering because they have this split of like who they feel like they should be and like who they are or what they really want. And this could be like, you don't want to get a divorce because of your family. You don't want to leave your job because you made a commitment, or you don't, you maybe you're sick of working for a nonprofit, but like that's what you've based your personality around. Or maybe you're like clinging on to like being straight, or maybe you're clinging on to being a Christian, or like whatever it is, you guys. Be true and embrace who you are right now, how your body feels. Obviously, he is not happy. He's miserable trying to be this version of a person that he kind of is, but he's really not. And if he can really integrate his lightness and his darkness, then he can be true to who he is. And then when he's a good guy, he will feel good because that's who he really is. And he's not being a good guy to make up for the fact that he's a jerk. If that makes sense? It makes sense. It makes sense to me that all of us have parts of ourselves that we hate, but we need to love those parts because they are teaching us something. And there's so much information there. And if we just ignore them, it's not going to stop our bad behavior. It's just going to go unconscious. Like me and my unconscious eating of sweets and chocolates, you guys. Like, I don't know how I'm gaining weight. Yeah, because I'm eating everything, but I don't want to own that. What are you trying to not own? That's how we can help ourselves. Find out what our shadow is doing and love it and control it and integrate it. Okay? I know this is kind of a deep lesson, but I just thought it was a great example of something that so many of us are suffering from right now. Okay, you guys, I love you. Mwah. See you later.